Yeah, so rounding it up, right? If you're really worried about someone, right, and you want to help them, you don't know what to do, right? This is how I used to work with family members, or the whole project did. You know, this is the way they work in harm reduction, to work with everyone affected. You know, not just the person using, right? And yeah, the most important thing is to tell them, like, don't have a go at them. Biggest cause of relapse, low self-esteem, feeling so ashamed they've let you down. How could you do that to your mother again? You let her down. All the times we've helped you. I mean, yeah, rocket science, funny that. If it was that easy. It's part of the whole giving up addiction, is to go round quite a few times actually to know that you're sure, and you've covered every angle. By the time the last time you're like, you've had all your disasters, and now doesn't matter. No one knows how many times you've been behind the wheel. It's no one's business. That embarrassment of admitting, people finding out, you've got to hide it away, you feel ashamed. Everyone's having a go at you, like you failed again. You know, you're not helping them. Do you want to help them? Either shut up, don't ask what you don't want to hear, right? Tell them you love them. Tell them how proud you are. Every single tiny achievement. How proud you are. That's all you ever need to say if you really want to help them, right? And that you believe in them. And if that's what they want, go straight and give it up. You're right there with them all the way. That's what you tell them. I'm proud of you. Yeah. If it's a mate, you don't want to get drawn into all the chaos while they're using. The way that I used to see it was like, I'm your straight, I'm the mate you're going to come and see when you're clean and you're giving up all the other mates because you think it's all their fault. Yeah, I want to be that mate, the other end, like your real friend. So, like, you can encourage them by being one or the other. You're either going to be someone who's supporting it, the thing they don't want to do anymore, or you're going to be the mate that pulls one to the other side and like, forgives them and doesn't judge them. They're like friends that aren't using. They need them. I tell you what, they come in short supply. When that's your world over there. Yeah, that's why I was saying, you're not deserting them then. You're just going, do you know what? While you're using, I can't get involved. Otherwise, I might as well be. You know, what are they getting out of it? They're not even using. You know, you've got to own your own chaos. Used to get people to like, yeah, that's your shit. Your nan doesn't need it, yeah? She's not getting any, remember? What's she getting out of it? Why should she cushion the harm of your use and consequences, pay for it? If he'll go to prison if I don't help him out, well, maybe that's what he needs to do then, isn't it? Because I tell you what, if it wasn't someone cushioning it wouldn't go on quite as long. It'd be a fast track. If you want a fast track motivation, back off, believe them. Stop telling them they're not going to do it. How's that going to work? You're not going to do it. You'll never do it. You let us all down. In fact, you're lucky if we even invite you around here anymore. And we don't want to catch it. Yeah, because we take other drugs in pubs, yeah, and judge all the rest of them. Everyone's judging everyone. Get on with your own shit. Make your own decisions. Yeah, rounding it up, right? So if you want to help, yeah, support the behaviours that you want to encourage, and the rest, just shut up. Yeah, get your own drug problem, yeah? Anyway, that was that little roundup, really. I don't even know if it's going to fit now. Oh, do you know, it's such a big subject, isn't it? I mean, I've been dying to get all this down, to be honest. It's only once you've got to say it, haven't you? Then you just repost it if someone wants to know. Save the energy, you know. Save your energy trying to convince someone else they got a problem. So frustrating. They're never going to agree with you. They might in private. They'll go away in faith. Just plant that little seed of question. Just imagine, yeah? If you could, like, feel exactly the same as now, everything's the same, but there's no drugs. If if you could just switch it like a time machine, would you rather not? Well, yeah, that's always a good one. Right at the beginning, when they're only just dabbling in the idea of giving up. That, depending where they're at on that wheel, is how you encourage, discourage, up the motivation, and not back them into a corner where they run right back to the beginning. If they have too many every time there's a failed, well, they call it a slip in harm reduction. It's not a relapse, right? It's not full blown. You can get back on it. It's not over, is it? So they focus on what you can learn from it and become really knowledgeable about yourself, knowing what your triggers are, knowing you can walk a different way home. Really, when you're really honest with yourself in middle at night under the moon, you know, yeah, those bits. If you have your own techniques and you know how to sort it all out yourself, there'd be no shame at all, would there? Oh right, that is as good as it gets. It's as good as anyone could ever dream of. You know, you could shut yourself away miles away and convince yourself you're never going to go near it again. You know, but it's quite a commitment in itself, isn't it? That's giving a lot of weight to the fact that you haven't got control, isn't it? That's gambling on you having none at all, right? They've got things to say about harm reduction and AA, right? Because they both have their place. Obviously, it all works together, right? Everything's tailor-made to the moment, person, etc. You know what I mean? There's no one thing. But the CBT approach is very practical, forward-thinking, and not going too far into the deep, dark past. Save that for psychotherapy type long, hours-long sessions. Sometimes isn't a good idea, to be honest. Not when you're trying to give up something. Your emotions are higher, everything's a bit tougher. Do you know what? One thing at a time, yeah. Give up the drugs first, then unravel your childhood. See if you can find any trauma that you can't remember or something. There must be something. Yeah, well, there will be something, but children are very resilient. The thing is, mainly, you just learn it's just a habit that you've learned. It worked. And it's worked until it didn't work. And you just need other options. Right? And the other thing I want to round up, 3% of the population of drug use, entire drug use population, and then this is illicit drugs we're talking. 3% of them have problematic drug use. Most of them, it's mental health, coming out of care, long-term, childhood, like you say, abuse, that kind of thing. They have a problem with pulling it in. And those people is a particular extreme cases, right? And generally, they're going to probably work out what they need, and that it would be a abstinence-based program, right? It would. Because they're not got the capabilities of being able to juggle and not fuck up, you know? Just imagine you didn't fuck up. If you've got a mental health problem and you're fully well-functioning, capable adult, yeah, there's nothing out of your reach, right? So, why it work? Yeah. So it works because it's upping their motivation. If you want to help, yeah, think of what you would need to be convinced that someone hears you. So you decide, do I help them feel heard, empowered, you know, and encourage them to do that, you know what I mean? And then at least they know that when they do use, they know they've chosen all those things on that bit of paper as well. It's all part of it, isn't it? In their words. Anyway, it's just too long. It's another fucking video. Yeah, anyway, come back next week. Give it a little thought, yeah? See you next week.